Welcome back, guys, to another episode of The Misconception and the Opinion of the Conservative. I am here with Clarence from Seymour Contractors.
Clarence is Seymour Contractors, roofing, framing, painting, drywall, brick pointing, gutter cleaning. Call me 215-251-0988.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
So, yes, all of that, and that's in what area? Philly.
Philadelphia, Jersey, Delaware.
Okay, good. Well, first of all, Clarence, thank you so much for that introduction. Also, let us know where you from.
I'm from West Philly.
Okay, yes, he's from West Philly. I'm from West Philly. We grew up in the same neighborhood.
For sure.
Yes. So we're going to get into a couple of different things. But first, tell us a little bit about your business, why you got started, when did you get started?
Well, I got started 2017.
Okay.
I started my own construction company because I got tired of getting fired from jobs. So I created my own business, had my own form of revenue, and I just used my hands and used what was around me and used some of the experiences I got. And plus I went to trade school, I went to Job Corps and got a plumber's trade too when I was 16 years old. But I transformed over to roofing. So I've been locked in with roofing, framing, painting, drywall, brick pointing.
Okay. That's dope. That's funny that you said you got tired of getting fired from jobs. Same thing with me. That's why I'm here with my own, media company, because you just get tired after a while just getting fired, and it's like, you know what, you just gotta make your own way and do your own thing.
Getting fired and denied, so you gotta say, you know what?
Exactly. Yep. So let that be your motivation right there. Don't even get discouraged.
Right.
Okay. Because you looking at people that went out there and did it on their own. So
Facts.
yeah. So but let's get into what's been going on, in the political world, and let's get into the neighborhood. First off, I do want to talk about me and you. I had posted something on Instagram about Black fathers not being in the home, something like that. It was related to that.
Right.
And you kind of felt a little way, and other men feel the same way you do. You said they are in the home.
Right.
But I said that based off of data.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was looking at numbers. So, but tell me, but it's a lot of people that think that Black men are not in the home with their kids.
Right.
So elaborate on that.
Well, I live in Philly, and I'm gonna say the narrative they pushing is from the 80s and the 90s during the drug era, because we had to fight the epidemic of drugs, whatever. We lost a lot of Black men, and we lost a lot of Black women in the homes too, because they were strung out on drugs and all that. So they pushing that narrative. But the narrative for the day, Black men are in homes and Black men do take care of their children. And I'm just going off of what I see with all my friends, because all my friends take care of their children. And all my cousins, you feel me? They all take care of it. And I'm talking about living with their kids, not just taking care of them, but living with them and with the mom. So the narrative that they pushing, that's the narrative from the 80s and 90s.
Well, let me ask you this. They're saying that it's a very high percentage, when I look at the data, of Black women not being married. Okay. And then I think it's like it says 48% have never been married. That's almost half, right? So when we look at those numbers, why aren't Black men stepping up and marrying? Because here's the thing. And when we say Black men not in the home, we mean as a family unit with a mother and a father, not the father just comes and goes,
Right.
Even if he there like 3-4 times out the week, technically he's not in the home. And that's what we are saying.
Well, it is Black men that's in the homes raising their kids that live with their children. But you gotta think about it. But
where is the unity, the unit of the family structure? Woman and man. Where is that?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying that is the thing. They are
Black men and Black women. So maybe you gotta think about it like this too, though. If I'm a man and I have a child by a woman, it don't work out, and I move along and I get another woman and I'm helping raising that kid. So, of course, a man, men move around and men deal with different women. That's just reality, right? So a man can't be at two places at once because
We know that.
a woman ain't gonna allow it now. Now, see, if women ain't with me having this girl, that girl, you
Right.
gotta choose one, right?
Right.
So they choose they one and they build with that one.
Okay.
But you can go back and try to help the woman if you have a child with that woman.
Okay.
Of course, you're supposed to go back and support that woman. But
Mm-hmm.
to say that there's not black, see, you gotta don't say it ain't black men in households. Say it's not black men in some households. When you all try to push the narrative, there's no black men in the homes. Cut that stuff out because it is black men in households.
Okay.
And I'm my step pop, God rest his soul. He raised me since I was 5 years old, so he passed away. You feel me? So
Yeah, but think about how long ago that was. You know what I'm saying? Back then, the marriage rate was higher. You know, like I come from a 2-parent home, and my parents were married. You know, back then it was more normal, I would say.
Listen,
I don't know, but
this is
you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Tiff.
back then, but we're today here. But go ahead, tell your story.
No, this about to say with that Tiff.
Go ahead.
We're trying to stay conscious in chaos. We living in chaos and still trying to be conscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So of course we black men, we love black women love black men. We all, I mean, men, women, whatever. They attracted, they want to get married, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with
Okay.
getting married, right? But we in chaos. So when people get married we in a chaos room right now. So when you see people going out getting married, that's a blessing. Hopefully they stay together. But we live in a social media world.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And
Okay.
and a lot of people is like, marriage, what's that?
Yeah, and that's
You
a
feel
shame.
me?
Yeah, that's horrible. But
we make songs like, yeah, I love the strippers, but we ain't got no songs, yeah, I love my wife, yeah, I love my wife.
That's
See the
very
narrative we
true.
push?
Yes, definitely. That's the problem. Yeah.
So we push chaos. So
Yes.
you can't be like, oh, why people ain't getting, look at everything around us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that song, the last good marriage song I heard was that Run DMC, John. Let's get married.
Well, are we so? Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm talking like,
We have Case. That song. You know, Case.
yeah.
How do it go? I forget. But y'all know he got that married song.
Right,
No,
right.
we got a couple though. We
Yeah,
can't
but
say that.
when the last time did you hear a good one? Like,
I don't know. But then how about Wale when he talked about he never been to a wedding and you know that song, I forget what it's called, but that Wale, he got a song about marriage too.
Yeah.
And but that's not really like, oh, you know, a lovey-dovey. It's just
Yeah.
really telling his experience
Right,
in a
right.
sense. So, but yeah, I get your point. But yeah, okay. Well, anywho, let's move on. Because I do want to talk about the lynching that happened at was it Delta State. Now there was a black boy. Tell the incident that happened.
what
There was a
was
black
young boy
boy
name?
down there.
you had a jump.
He was a student, Trey Reed. That was his name.
Trey Reed, right?
Yeah, and he was 21 years old, and basically they found him hanging from a tree
Rest in peace, Trey Reed.
at Delta State.
So
What?
they in Mississippi. Mississippi is known for hangings.
Right.
Now we got to do the research and try to figure out how many other people were killed, how many other students was hung at Delta State University.
Wow.
And we should put them under
Investigation.
under investigation because that's a RICO. People talk about RICO when you got the police department, a school district, and y'all sent the police officer to get on the news and lie. That whole
It needs
police
to be
department,
investigated.
if that police department, if we find out y'all lying, hold the police department and the college need to get indicted. How about that part?
How about it? Wow. Okay. Well, I know that you wanted to shed light on that, so that's why we are, talking about that.
Right. And rest in
everything.
peace to what was his name?
Trey Reed.
Trey Reed. Rest in
Yeah,
peace and
yeah, so,
peace,
okay.
love, shout out to his family.
Yeah, so let's talk about everything that's been going on as far as the violence that's been going on within politics. You know, the left seems to be, you know, very angry.
Mhm.
What do you think the outrage really is about? Do you think it's just an attack because, you know, Trump is in office, or you think that it's really based off of them feeling they don't have their freedom anymore?
People got their freedom as far as some stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where all the anger coming from. I think people, a lot of people just don't like Trump.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A lot
Right.
of people just
right.
don't like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Trump. I don't dislike Trump. I don't know Trump.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really got no whole big thing against Trump, because at the end of the day, Trump did free some African Americans that was incarcerated for a while. He got them pardoned.
Okay.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
I don't really.
You have nothing against them.
Yeah, I don't got nothing against him, but I don't stand with him.
Okay.
You get me? You get
I
me?
got you. No, I got you. It's you just have a neutral feeling.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a neutral feeling, because
Okay.
until he really bring the drama to my door, they be like, Trump did
I
that,
got you.
Trump the reason. Then I'd be like,
I got
"Man,
you."
that." Like, you know what I
So
mean?
well, now you said that you look at yourself, you more so you are a Republican basically.
Yeah, I am a Republican.
Okay. Okay. Do you get a lot of backlash from people? Do they tell you hate your skin because you're a Republican?
Well,
Because I get that a lot. So
I know I had
just-
people that told me that I voted for Trump, and I didn't vote at all. I don't vote.
You said that up.
I don't vote.
Why?
I don't vote because
Is it because you? Why?
I don't vote because you know the game. You know that you're not elected. You selected. So why vote?
Oh, okay. So you think our vote don't matter.
It
but
don't.
see, you know what?
It really don't matter,
I-
y'all. So like, I think like this boy right here crazy.
Yeah, but they get to know if they have the popular vote or not, which actually helps. Because
Yeah.
even though you might say, okay, it doesn't matter if, you know, we vote or not, they still consider that popular vote.
Now I know what's the other stuff we can, like the other forms of like government we can vote for, like the judicial.
Well, okay, executive.
Yeah, executive. Now that's the stuff we need to really be focused on. They push
Okay.
the president in our face. We need to be focusing.
Well,
on,
because he is the commander in chief, so he oversees all of that.
well, he the head puppet master.
Okay, well, if you want to look at it that way, that's
Yeah,
fine.
he the head. He is the head puppet. You feel me? And the master like this.
I understand what
You
you're
feel
saying.
me?
I get you.
So
Okay.
like that's why I don't even vote. I don't waste my energy voting.
Oh man,
Standing in lines
Well,
and all
kids
that.
don't listen to him. Trust me.
And then,
Okay. So now let me ask you. Now I've been seeing online, you know, people, you know, we have Muslims out here in our country, and they do want to be more open with their religion as far as praying outdoors. You've seen it out in New York City. They have, you know, a bunch of Muslims. They come together. They're outside.
right.
You know, they also have it where they're ringing bells, and it's like Islamic, it's like a language that they use that tells them
Calling
hey,
the hadith.
Yes, I don't know the language, but yes, exactly. And people are getting worried, and they're like, listen, that should not be allowed. How do you feel about that?
I feel like if people want to pray outside, let them pray outside. Let
Okay.
them, and don't mess with nobody while they praying. Because I seen a woman, like you just were saying out in New York, a Muslim woman got attacked while she was praying.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and you know,
Wow.
I don't approve of that.
Okay.
Because if they praying, they ain't doing nothing but praying. They not hurting nobody. You feel me? Offering
Okay.
salat is not a crime. So,
Oh, wow. I love how you put that. Okay.
you feel
Yeah, I
me?
mean, you're right. You're right.
You feel me?
You're right.
Because when we see people outside ringing bells and saying ho 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 Christmas,
Or when the church rings their bells when it's like 6 o'clock.
yeah, it's 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They
so
do.
we don't Muslims don't go hating and the Christians ringing them bells. Well, I mean,
I got you.
you feel
I
me?
got
When you see a Muslim outside praying, then
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. I got you. Cool. Okay, well let's get into freedom of speech. We had Laura Loomer call out Jasmine Crockett because of a decision that she made that she voted against having a national holiday, I believe, for one of a leader in the Republican Party, right? Which is Charlie Kirk, right?
Oh.
So she called her, Laura Loomer called Jasmine Crockett black and ghetto. Now people went off, they were really angry. Now on the flip side of that, I've heard Jasmine Crockett call, white people or anybody else that don't agree with her white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? And uneducated.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out really what is the difference. That it's both freedom of speech.
Right.
It's both hateful, honestly, because calling somebody a white supremacist is very dangerous. Okay, because first of all, you have to think she has a lot of I want to say, what do you call it? She has the influence to encourage people to do certain things,
Right.
and to go out here and harass people, basically.
Right.
So you have to be careful when you're saying those type of things, because they'll actually believe that, oh, you know what? They are white supremacists, and everybody is not. There's racist people on both sides. So how do you feel when it comes to freedom of speech? I mean, because we can't just censor and filter out just from certain people. Freedom of speech means freedom of speech. Do people really want freedom of speech, or they don't? Because I'm confused at this point.
People should deserve freedom of speech, but just watch what you're speaking about and watch how far you're going when you're running your mouth. Because, when you say something disrespectful, somebody might not like it. So, every
so
action,
basically, just be mindful.
Because remember, they say the tongue is mightier than the sword.
Okay. Preach. Well, got you. So basically, let people say what they want to say. But just know there may be consequences. Got you.
Facts. So don't try to say if a person wrong, you ain't gotta. If they wrong and you prove that they wrong, you don't gotta bash them. Because guess what? People got feelings. People feelings get hurt, and they can be like, I'm gonna come back and do something. That's normal. Like that's somebody coming back and doing something is normal. Like it ain't like, oh my God, they did that.
That's true.
Like it happens so
Especially
many times.
if you live in the hood, you already know.
So when you threat, you bash,
gotta watch what you say.
So you gotta watch what you say,
true.
because you can feel it. You can feel it in your soul when you're disrespecting somebody too much. You be like, you know what? I'm running my mouth a little too much. You could get charged up, energized off of it, and you could be like, I'm hurting this person. You can feel it because we all connected. So you disrespecting somebody. Just like how you can compliment somebody and make them feel good. You be like, I made that person feel good. You can almost feel it.
Right.
So if you could disrespect somebody and make them feel bad, you feel when you're making somebody feel a certain type of way. Yeah. So you gotta just watch what you're saying to somebody.
And like you said, you can feel it when you triggered someone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You feel it.
Wow.
Unless it's like
very deep. But you're right.
Yeah, you're right. So
you're right.
Now I might say something. I might not. What is I might not notice. Like, oh, I said that. Like, I might I might say something that might trigger somebody. Oh my bad. Yeah. So then I might be like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize. But then when you're constantly bashing somebody, you know it. You feel it. We grown. We not kids.
You're right.
You feel me?
Yep. Absolutely. Definitely. So let's get into what you wanted to do as far as you wanted to create a bill. Right. So this bill, you wanted to give everybody that made under a certain amount of money $25,000 or $30,000 a year or
yearly.
A year.
Yeah, a year.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So this was called.
And why?
I came up with this after the sanitation strike.
The strike, yes.
Because they basically passed another bill against the people when they did that. It was a dumping bill.
Okay.
They made up another bill saying, oh, if parking authority catch you there, we're gonna fine you. So I said, damn, they just made that up. So I said, I could just make up something. So I called you up. I was like, Tiff, can I just make a bill? You say, yeah, you can make a bill. Just write it up and you can take it down City Hall. And if they approve it, blah, blah, blah. So I made a human rights tax.
Okay.
the human rights tax. So if you a human, you can you tax your state. If you 18 years of old, 18 years or older, and you make under $100,000 a year, that's half of Philly. We deserve $25,000 every year.
Okay. Now, I do want to make it clear, I didn't tell you it was that simple, but okay. But yeah, you're on the right track though. Right. Cool.
So I want to pass the human rights tax, the human living tax, the human living tax for the city of Philadelphia.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe in the future you might want to run? Is that something that you
think I should
might
run?
get into?
You got me.
Well,
You
honestly,
can picture me.
Well, I can picture anybody.
You can picture.
Seriously, because the people that I've been seeing in Congress, and you know,
I might try
you'd be like,
I might try.
I would never even imagine. So anybody really
I might gotta try
can
it.
do
then.
it. So
I might. Why not? You feel me?
Yeah, you never know. People ask me, but I'm like,
I thought that you was.
Really? Why?
I don't know, cause I seen you with all the like political people one time.
Well, you know, the thing is, people keep asking me that, and I'm like, no.
I thought you was
like,
in it.
no, and that's not really what I want to do. That's not,
right.
A goal of mine. But
I thought you was. I ain't gonna lie.
A lot of people think that, but yeah, here to tell you. So, moving forward, why is it that people are so against the National Guard coming into Black neighborhoods? Now, Black people, from what I've seen, are happy, right? They're glad, the ones that live in those, crime areas. But when you see the protests, it's majority white people. Okay. What is happening? There's something happening.
Well, white people, I ain't gonna lie. Europeans, well, these Caucasian folks know when rights about to get took away. They know certain stuff, like, and they know when like certain constitutional acts is like getting took away. They stand up and ride when they feel like, because you gotta remember, these white people, they got kids in the inner city. We don't really see. I'll be honest. I don't really see a lot of white kids, like teenagers, like white girls and white boys. When that's
in the city.
When be honest, y'all.
You are right.
When did y'all ever see a group of white teenage girls?
Wow.
Just walking through a regular neighborhood. You don't see them, right? A group of, you might see some white boys.
Well, you know what? I can't say. Well, college kids you do.
You see college. I'm talking about residential.
But Philly is majority Black though. So would you really see that?
But where is they at?
They in their neighborhoods. What do you mean? They in the suburbs. They in Bucks County. And then you got to understand, a lot of them, they drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their parents buy them
see them downtown though. But
they hang out. I listen, I'm no expert, but I'm just saying, like.
So I'm basically trying to say, they know that they got their kids in the city, and they bring a National Guards in. So you don't know how these National Guards, like, what they gonna be trained to do. It's like so I don't know. Like, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? We gonna wait to see. We gonna wait to find out.
Well, so far, crime has went down tremendously in DC. It really has. So it's proven that it is effective.
So is we gonna be getting deported?
It's who's gonna be getting deported?
People that live here.
Why would they get deported if they're there to stop the crime? Why would they get deported?
Well, I don't know. People was getting iced out.
Well, that's another situation. That has nothing to do with the National Guard.
So National Guards is stopped. And the thing about it, remember, the National Guards was already here in downtown. There's plenty times you drove downtown and seen National Guards. They
were at a point in time. But here's the thing. That's separate from immigration. You're talking about immigration, about the deportation and all that. Now, which I'm going to get into next. No, the crime is just the crime. They're stopping that and they're finding guns and stuff like that. And those people getting arrested. That's all that's happening to them. But immigration is happening, right? How do you feel about that? And be honest. Do you feel that it's something that definitely needs to happen? But people are saying that people who are legal citizens are even getting deported. And I'm like, What is your thoughts on that? Because I don't know.
That just lets you know, like, this country is split. It's split.
Yeah.
And we gotta try to figure out, because why only certain people getting deported that look a certain complexion? You know, people that come from Europe, Spain, that's here. Why they only deporting certain people? Why is only a target like Haitians?
Okay.
Why they only deporting certain
Let
people?
me say this. When I go back, and see, here's my thing. I don't know why people just don't go and look at the stuff. Read it, look at videos, piece everything together. From what I've seen, right, the border, the crisis was happening down in, was it Texas?
Yeah, because Texas right there at the borderline.
I think it was Texas, and also over there in California, where it's like Mexico, that borderline right there. So if you look and you see all the people that's crossing the border, what do they look like? Mexicans, exactly. They're like brown skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to say, when you just said, well, why are they only arresting dark colored people? Well, look who's coming across the border.
I ain't gonna lie. And then I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not really mad about, because you gotta keep track of who coming in the country. Because you can murder somebody. Like, who is this bull? Like, you feel me?
Right. That's all. It's a safety issue.
Yeah, it is a safety issue.
It's a safety issue. And that's all. And it has nothing to do with, we don't want different type of people. But I just want people to understand that it really boils down to safety at the end of the freaking day.
Because they can come over here and do something. Nobody know who they is.
Would you just allow people to just come in your home? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way you really have to genuinely look at it.
Right.
And no, they wouldn't. Okay, so that's that. But moving on, what are some other things that I know you wanted to discuss?
Basically, we gotta watch what we eat, the food. We gotta watch how we treat each other. Like, basically the old rules, how Tupac was saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the music is trash.
So watch the music, listen to what we're listening to, be more mindful, you know, observant. Yeah, definitely.
Watch how you treat people. I mean, watch your surroundings, watch where you at. I mean, feel me? And you gotta be safe out here, because we living in it like we seen COVID-19, right?
Mm-hmm.
We seen them push a vaccine on us that nobody approved of, and people died from it, from taking the vaccine, right? And couldn't even collect their life insurance because they said this drug was never approved of. They committed suicide. So we live in that society, in that world. We live in a world where California was on fire, burning, and they canceled your insurance policy on fire protection. Like, we live in that type of world. You feel me? So everybody just need to really think about what's going on. Don't get brainwashed. Don't fall for the bamboozle. Don't fall for the trick.
Well, speaking of California, what's happening out there, you know, the wildfires, remember that happened. So a lot of homes got burnt down. And now what they're saying is they're about to start building affordable houses over there. How do you feel about that? I mean, people... Like, that wasn't that type of area. Like, those areas wasn't like, you know, it's
this was
turning,
a rich area.
Yes, exactly.
Rich people, multi-millionaires, actresses, live there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think it was like all planned?
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta think, Masons run our society. Masons run our society. Me saying that, I can get in trouble for saying it, but it's the truth. Just like you look at downtown, we downtown right now. The Masons built all this, design, everything we had. So like,
okay.
So like, they don't do nothing by accident. You think all them fires started by accident? You think they couldn't have stopped all them fires? Come on, let's be serious. Okay.
Well, how do you feel locally? Do you feel like local politicians are doing, like Sherelle Parker? How do you feel about the job she's been doing so far?
I think Sherelle Parker been doing an alright job. I'm not down there really because I know all of them got a certain part to play. You feel me? In each part of the city, but like,
But you feel
I feel like she's doing her job. Like
Okay.
she got to stick to her budget. She can't overgo the budget. She probably can cut me in her budget. You feel me? Just cut me a check. Something.
okay. All right, that's good. Good. Now, and real quick before we end the episode, you wanted to tell your feelings about Charlie Kirk. You said you wanna go into it? You
I don't want to hurt
know.
nobody's feelings.
Well, it's up to you. I don't
mean,
want to force you.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's totally up to you because I know you had an opinion on it.
I did.
But you want to keep it off, or
I'll tell him.
Okay, well, listen. So let's get into your feelings about Charlie Kirk and what happened. Just overall, people felt that he was racist.
Mm-hmm.
What was your feelings on that?
Well,
and tell us why.
I'm a restep my opinion. I'm not gonna say he's racist. I'm gonna say he's prejudiced.
Okay.
Because remember, racist and prejudice, two different things.
Okay.
Racism, a race that controls the system. He works for racists, but I think he was prejudiced, prejudging black people, because you push the narrative that black men aren't in homes, black men are violent, black men are this, black men are that. There's a lot of I never heard him not say nothing, and then talking about black women. Like I don't like nobody talking about black women.
Okay.
You feel me? But he pushed the narrative that black men wasn't in the home, which is a false narrative.
Okay.
He never told you that most crimes is committed by about white men.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
It's
All right. Well,
the narrative.
Okay. Some people feel like, when he was mentioning these things about black men, it was more so in a sense like to bring awareness and like, do you guys realize what you're doing to your own people? You know what I'm saying? Like bringing light to it, because a lot of times you got to think people not going to talk about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So some people, like I said, felt like, he was bringing awareness and saying, hey, wake up. What are you doing? Why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? So I can understand your point, and then I can understand how other people may have felt like, no, he was just being real. He was saying what goes on, but sometimes it's the messenger. And it's not that what they're saying is wrong. Sometimes especially black people, we just don't want to hear certain things from certain people.
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
Because we've been torn down by a whole nation. You feel me? Like you gotta think about it like this, Tiff. At one point, it was illegal for us to read. It was you gotta think about it, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So like when somebody try to tear us down and say, oh, black people, this, like, at one time it was illegal for us to read. It was illegal for us to use a certain water fountain.
Right.
It was illegal for us to go to certain schools. We couldn't sit in the front of the bus. If we was, y'all could tell us to get up. We had to prove so much and go through so much as a people, and it trickled down because people don't understand the laws of karma. So if somebody put me through something, it inherit down to my child, even if my child might not even be there to witness it. It's just in his DNA because it's something that I might have went through. Right. It's like the same way if I'm good at basketball, he's gonna be good at basketball. His dad was good at basketball. It's the same thing about trauma. Okay. You know what I mean? And all that type of stuff. Just like that's just what it is.
It just triggers.
Yeah. It triggers.
It's triggering. Yeah.
So like you.
And I think not only that, it's the way that it's being said too, that can make people a little
like
upset.
that cocky. It was like sympathizing. It was like this. Yeah, black people ain't in the homes with or without gang violence. With or without gang violence to black people. Like
I got you.
Turn down your cocky.
I got you.
You feel me? Because you don't sound sympathetic to. They talk.
Now I can see why people would say, how you felt. I can see both sides actually.
Right, just like George Floyd, when he spoke about George Floyd, he talked about it with no sympathy. It was almost like, he died from fentanyl. He was a drug addict. Like,
you felt like he just, there was no sympathy.
He ain't had no sympathy.
Okay,
like you said, sympathy, empathy. He ain't had none of that. It was almost like he talked about people almost like they ain't got a family that loved them.
Got you.
You feel me?
Yeah,
If people got people that care about them, so you can't just be talking on people's name like that, and it make it so funny. You talk about all this violence and all this, but look who kills you. A person that look just like you. So black people ain't that bad.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you were able to get that off your chest, because it seems like you wanted to, release some things.
Right.
So
I appreciate you for bringing me here.
Yes. And we've been meaning to do it, a couple months ago, but today was the time. So here we go. All right. Well, Clarence, thank you so much again for coming by.
Seymour Contractors, roofing, framing, painting, drywall, brick putting, gutter cleaning. Call me 215-251-0988.
There you go.